Manifesting Vibes. Kalondra Vaughn's on Facebook.
That's what
We have a great person with us today on Wine Talk.
Hello, everybody. I am Derenda Alexander, and you can find me on all social media platforms under Oriana_Derenda and Derenda Alexander on Facebook.
Of course, my the host, the big boss over here on
I'm
Wine
not
Talk.
none of that.
Yes,
So we
you
good.
JD Hill, of course.
I'm over here tipsy, so I'm just really here so I don't get fined. We good.
Yeah. So we only got a little short thing going today, but we're going to talk about negative and toxic people. How do we keep negative and toxic people out of our lives? Like, what is our best way? Like, what do you do? What do you do? What do I do? What do we try to do?
Let Derenda go.
Because it is a lot of negative and toxic people
She
in the
the queen
world.
of black and toxic people ever her life.
Am I?
Yeah.
I might be a little bit. Now, I am a firm believer in setting strict boundaries.
Okay.
I don't care if it's family, a spouse, a friend, whatever it is. If it's somebody that is causing you harm in any kind of mental, physical, or emotional way, and there's no way to get around it. Like, and by around it, what I mean is they aren't putting in the work to better themselves, to be better for their whole environment, then you don't need to be a part of their environment.
Take your time.
So you take your step back, you draw your line, and you keep it there. For example, like if it's a family member, you might need to love them from a distance. Heisman, you know, you stay over there. I love you. That's great, but you can't be a part of my life because you're unhealthy for me.
Yeah.
So when people are toxic that way and they are not putting in the work to better themselves, you have to separate yourself from them for yourself.
Yeah.
Or else you're just feeding into the toxicity.
Yeah, that's true. And that's kind of
That's
what
a good word.
one of our people said on here. It says, I be wanting to keep any toxic and negative people out of my life, especially when you allow toxic people in your life. It causes you to start acting like them. And I believe that too. It's like we say, like, I'm a big energy person. So when I'm around someone and I can feel their negative energy or it's whatever, or they're putting out that negative energy, it kind of goes, it's just how it is.
Yeah.
It kind of reflects on you, and you don't, I mean, you know, you ever notice that you might walk in a room somewhere and somebody got a bad attitude or having a bad day? You instantly feel that. You instantly know that. And so, in different types of ways, I try to keep myself away from toxic and negative people.
Energy is real.
It's kind of hard. It's energy.
Energy is very real, and I've used this metaphor 1,000 times, and I will use it 1,000 times over. People are like dump trucks, and if you look at it in the sense of those toxic people are constantly being fed toxic things inside of them, right? Whether it's from their past traumas, whether it's from their current life, it could be a job, it could be any situation, but they are constantly being dumped into toxic. When they lash out on you and they dump all that garbage, what is being dumped out?
Right.
Nothing but the toxic that they've received.
Right.
So it's those kind of people, if they're not willing to clean their dump truck, and start filling it with positive things, affirmations, positive people, their positive environment, they have nothing but toxicity to give you.
Right.
And so until you draw that boundary and say, no, I'm no longer allowing you to dump on me, that's all you're going to receive.
And I believe that. I believe that as well. JD, how do you feel about? I know you.
Somebody
you're really,
else?
No, I know you're a real big.
I ain't even important.
Yeah, no, they didn't
Yes,
ask.
you are. Don't say
I
that.
said JD, but I feel like you do say a lot that you don't worry, like you don't
Fuck
worry
them
about that.
people.
Yeah, fuck
Well,
that.
one of the
Your
things
safe zone is
Fuck
you.
them folks.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that stands out to me a lot that you say is about people can be family, but not your family.
You still putting your finger in my face.
I talk with my hands. Let me sit on them. No, but you've said 1,000 times that, you know, people can be family but not family, and talking about their toxic ways.
Our skin folk ain't kin folk.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with it? Like, say I was just a negative person, and I'm always being negative. You know, I'm known for being. I'm just negative.
So like,
what do you do?
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete all your messages that you ever sent me.
Really?
And I'm just gonna I'm being facetious right now. But at the end of the day, I can want you to do good. I don't have to knock you because knocking you gonna knock my blessing.
Right.
So what I'm gonna do is you just stay over there. while I'm gathering myself, getting myself together, I put myself in a cocoon. Mm-hmm. So I'm wrapped up in my cocoon and I'm building myself and getting myself better so that I can be a butterfly. Now, when I become a butterfly, if you're ready to receive me at being a butterfly, then we can fly together. Yeah. But you might not be. You might only receive me at being a caterpillar. Mm-hmm. So now that I'm a butterfly, either you gonna fly with me or I'm gonna leave you behind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the thing about that is that you got to make sure people are doing the work.
Yeah, because I try sometimes. Like, I know a negative person right now. I ain't gonna say her name, but she is very. I don't know if it's her or what, but sometimes she, you know, automatically who she is or what she's gonna be and act like.
I look like Jeepers Creepers,
and so it's kind of hard to say that you don't want to be around that person, especially when they're a family member or something like that.
Why?
I mean, because you know, like I say,
why?
Like, I don't never not want to see this person again. This is my, I love her.
Why?
But.
Why?
I don't know. You know me.
I'm going to get raw with it. I don't care.
I'm learning, though.
Okay,
I'm learning.
raw?
Well, no. Okay, so a little bit of self-disclosure. Stop.
For getting raw in this one.
A little bit of self-disclosure. Even with family members, like I've had to draw very strict boundaries with my mom because she is unwell mentally, and because she is unwell mentally, she lashes out on people and she's very toxic.
Shout out to your mom.
But she do you not refuses. Be around her?
No, I'm not around her.
I am not for nothing.
No. Okay. I have not been around my mother since 2019.
That shit felt in your chest.
And it's because it really is. Now I love her from a distance. If I, hit the big lotto today, she'll get like a little house or condo or something. Like, I'm going to take care of her, but I still don't have to be around her for that. Right. The reason being is because I've asked you to get help. Your now ex-husband, my dad, has asked you to get help. Your doctor wanted you to get help and you refused. Yeah. I can't do anything with that. Yeah. I can't work with that. But then when you're in your unhealthy ways, you're constantly abusive to me emotionally and verbally. Mm-hmm. I don't have to stand for that in my life because you choose not to get help. Mm-hmm. You are toxic. You are toxic for me. So I'm going to have to love you from a distance, and here's where I draw my line.
Yeah, I draw my line at strictly social media for this person. And I don't, and I love her. But I know that she's not right for me as far as in the family.
Kalondra is a serial monogamist.
I
am too.
She's a serial.
That's the Leo in her.
Yeah.
Big Leo energy. Because I'm the same way. I am very much I have issues letting go, and whether it's a parent, whether it's a friend, whether it's a spouse, I do, and I hang on way longer than I should. I know that about myself. I do. But at the end of the day, at some point, you're going to have to put yourself first.
I like what Alexandria said. She said, how do you deal with people that may have dealt with negative people for a lifetime, but they are finding a way out of the negative and toxic ways? Like, they're doing the work, basically, is what she's saying. But they're still negative. It's just been what they've been used to.
Right. So if they're doing the work, then you have to meet them where they are and be their accountability partner.
Man,
so that's
fuck
where
them folks.
That's where effective communication comes into play, because if you know that they are trying, like they are actively trying to be better, they are in therapy, they are on medication if that's the cause for it, they are seeking whatever treatment they need. If they slip up, then you can come in the most non-aggressive, non-toxic way and say, hey, you're kind of sliding back to these behaviors. Should we reevaluate?
Yeah.
And if they really are trying to change, then they're going to do that. They're going to reevaluate and they're going to take a step back and they're going to try to.
What if they don't do?
Then, hey, that's a whole different story. Are they really putting in the work?
So what about when you're with a business person, a business partner, y'all are together, and you can't step back, or you can't just be like, because y'all have business together, deals, whatever it is, and this doesn't have to be someone you're having sex with. I mean, like,
you can always draw boundaries, even with a business partner. There's always boundaries to be drawn. You just have to define what those are going to be for you. Okay. And if it is getting out of business with this person, then that's what it is. It is what it is, because at the end of the day, toxic people.
And they're knocking your socks out.
Toxic people are toxic people.
Sometimes
relationships.
Sometimes when a motherfucker knocking your socks out.
Hey, listen, I can get my own self there, okay? So it's not It's not, but it can satisfy me until somebody that can value me comes along. Yes, it can.
Well, I guess you still draw boundaries then. It's just you're only gonna knock my socks off and that's it.
But see, and I don't even
put my socks back on.
But no, because I'm a big believer in soul ties though. So why you constantly mixing energy with this person when you know they ain't right for you?
But what if they're knocking your socks off?
That's mixing energy with the person that you know is not right for you.
Besides the energy,
okay, I'm gonna knock my socks off with my rose instead of continue to mix energy with this person that is not gonna be good for my soul. It ain't the same, but it'll do. It'll get me by.
Now that you speak on a rose, I'm just gonna take a quick look. Whatever. The rose is not for display, right?
No.
Okay, because I seen it on somebody's counter in their bathroom.
Oh no!
I didn't
Oh no! No.
I didn't think that was supposed to be out.
We have.
It was a joke. We laughed about it.
Mine is in a locked box.
Yeah, we laughed.
You gotta have a key to get in.
But I was just like, what the fuck?
No,
is that what I think it is?
That's nasty.
It was funny. I died.
In the bathroom too, and then you got.
I'm not disregarding anything.
But still, like, period, a bathroom, all them germs and parts. That's nasty.
I think I'm gonna hide mine.
Yeah. I've been ordering food. I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring anything that's going on. But at the end of the day, if somebody knocking your socks off, you excuse a lot of toxic behavior.
For so long. But as long as if a person loves themselves more than they love the toxicness, eventually they will get to the point of choosing themselves. And they don't care how good the D is or the C is. They're gonna choose themselves and cut off that toxicness.
Yeah.
When do you choose yourself?
That's for you to decide. For some people, it could be a week. For other people, it could be months. So do you stop going to family occasions when you know that family functions are toxic? Because we have... So you... like, I used to have... Not me, but as a family, we used to have a lot of toxic shit go on during family functions. And, you know, of course, you still want to go to them and this and that because this is family. This is what we do. Your people. But we already honestly know, okay, well, this motherfucker finna be crying. This motherfucker finna be agitated. This motherfucker gonna be drunk. Right. You know, this and that. So in those kind of situations, how I would handle it is I'd still go because I want to see the ones that aren't. Right. But the second shit starts to pop off, I know that's my cue to leave because that's where my boundary line is. So it's an individual thing. You have to choose for yourself where your boundary line is. And then if you aren't wanting to have everybody else pay the consequences of this one person that refuses to get help, you can still go be a part of their life. And then when shit starts to hit the fan, you know it's time to bounce. So to me, I mean, also I feel like, you know, you can cut boundaries and cut ties with people, but at the same time, some people do it for a cry for help. So, you know what I mean? Like, if this is a family member or whatnot, like you said in the beginning, maybe you could reach out to them and you should try to help and see what's the problem or whatever.
Why?
But at the same time, I don't like to just cut ties with people. But the thing is, because I'm a fixer, I have always been a fixer. I want to help everybody fix their problems. What? That's what I was saying. JD ain't never been. He's like, no, fuck that shit. All the time.
I'm not saying that in reference to myself. I always want to see the good in people. We had a discussion offline about, you know, shit. I always want to see the good in people. I think everybody overtly is decent. But when somebody show you they ass and they give you they ass to kiss, fuck you. Fuck where you came from. Fuck everything you believe in. I don't have to deal with you. Right. Yeah. But what she's saying is... What's she saying? Take your time. It's okay. If I'm understanding you correctly, you're saying like some people, this is a cry for help, and so in a sense you want to help them. Yo, cry for help. Like I mean, like because I have family members all the time who are like this, or even I mean, I can't just say my friend has been like this. Either one of my friends, because I have only a handful. They haven't been like this, but at the same time, I know that a couple of them are negative as fuck. Yeah. And so if they negative, they come from an underlying place of hate. Like,
or trauma.
No,
it doesn't or hurt. It doesn't always have to be hate.
So okay then.
Some of it could be hurt.
Okay. So she's saying like if somebody has an underlying cry for help, woe is them. So how long do you have to deal with this motherfucker not doing what the fuck they supposed to do?
Yeah.
Fuck you. I mean respectfully.
Yeah.
Did I say
or
respectfully?
disrespectfully?
No, I'm saying respectfully.
Yeah.
I don't have to keep being your doormat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why you trying to figure out life? No.
That's where you
I
draw
can
those
excuse
boundaries.
myself because I want to be good.
Yeah.
So I want to be good. I can excuse myself from you.
Mm-hmm.
You figure that shit out on your own. I don't have to be your fucking punching bag and all of this shit.
Right.
Because you don't have shit figured out. And this shit is, I don't know what's going on. You alright, Big Dog? I didn't know what was going on. I thought you was, my fault. I was out the camera.
Oh, my bad.
No, okay. Nah, he was, doing his joint. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what that was.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't know what's going on. Bring us in then. Bring us in with the crystals and shit. Oh, okay, then yeah, I appreciate that.
But yeah.
But let me go back to, like I was saying, a lot. Some people are natural born fixers. Like they see somebody having a cry for help and they want to solve the problem.
But you can't though.
Right. That's the thing.
The thing about life is that you can't fix shit until people
want to fix it themselves.
People want to be in a space where they be like, you know what, I'm tired. I done had enough.
Right.
And it is what it is.
So if that cry for help really is a cry for help, then how much of a cry is it for them to take initiative to help themselves?
Like if your homegirl be eating niggas' ass and shit.
No.
And you be I'm just being.
I'm like, if that motherfucker eating that, that's between them two. That ain't negative.
But she want to stop eating ass, and in your mind, you want to fix her from eating ass.
I don't want to fix a bitch mouth if they want to eat ass. That's them. I'm talking about literal.
I'm just being funny. I was trying to lighten the mood up.
But for real though, like seriously, like people really, I don't know if a lot of people that are negative or whatever know that they honestly are being there.
Some of them don't.
But see, the thing is that a lot of times people have to understand this. If you are the person that is looking at a situation and being like, maybe I was wrong or maybe I could have did this, and 9 times out of 10, you're not the person that's wrong. When the other party is looking at it as in, they did this to me, or they playing victim, or this, that, and the third. 9 times out of 10, they're the fucking problem. Because the thing about all of this shit is accountability.
Yeah.
When you can't take accountability, every relationship that I've been in or anybody that I've ever dealt with, I always be like, I don't say anything bad about them. Okay. Even if I felt a certain kind of way about how shit ended or whatever the case may be, I always think about it in the scope of maybe I could have did this in this moment, because I can't fix nobody else. Yeah. But you know who I can fix? Yeah. I can fix me. Yeah. So I can always work on me. Yeah. So.
But the thing with that is that you got to be careful to not take too much ownership of somebody else's issues.
But I don't
heavy on taking somebody else's issues.
But if I'm not fucking with this person no more, I can always look at my game tape and be like, let's say I'm playing football. I missed a tackle or I did this. Yeah, the quarterback didn't throw the ball in the right space, but I did this. I can look at it like the part of this moment, like this moment that we're in. I can look at it as I could have did this, or I could have fixed this, or I could have whatever.
So what I hear you saying is that you use those opportunities for self-improvement.
Exactly. I'm looking at the highlight tape about me. I don't look at the highlight tape about everybody on the field. I look at the highlight tape on just trying to do better in myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
that makes sense.
A lot of times, people, when you take accountability in everything that you do, like if you dead ass wrong about some shit and you the victim, you'll never grow. But if you dead ass wrong and you can be like, you know what, I did this, that, and the third, then you can grow and improve and you can be a better person.
Yeah.
I've been dead ass wrong in a lot of situations. So therefore, it's on me to make myself better for whatever else comes in life.
Right. So, is there a difference between toxic and negative?
What's in your cup?
Yes, I'm gonna say yes.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm. Because you can be negative, as in like, it's always hailing outside, versus being toxic, where you're always lashing out on
The
people.
glasses,
Like the cat,
okay.
yes,
Okay.
very much so.
Okay.
Right, you could very much be that pessimistic type of person that just sees the world.
Joe Fishing?
Really, that just sees the world from that negative
You gotta
standpoint, but it doesn't mean that you're taking it out on others. Toxic is when it's affecting other people's lives because of how you're treating them. So pessimistic, you don't?
I don't think toxic is just when it's affecting other people outside of your situation. I think toxic is toxic.
Well, yeah, you can be toxic for yourself. Pessimism.
You can be toxic for yourself. You can be toxic for whatever relationship you're in.
Yeah.
You can be toxic with your children. You can be toxic with your co-workers. You can be toxic with... It's a lot of people that don't realize that they are toxic as fuck.
I agree with that.
Yeah, you got to take the time out to really just put yourself in a space to be better in general.
So you believe that toxic and negative are the same then?
Yes.
Okay. I could...
I don't think you can. I don't think you can have one without the other.
I definitely don't think that you can have toxic without negativity.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I say it's different, but go ahead. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I feel like toxic is different because toxic is exactly what he's saying.
Yeah.
But being a negative person is different, meaning you're always speaking negativity. You're always being negative. Oh, the sun fucking out.
Let me say this, though. But you was just saying, like, when you go into a room and somebody is... negative and all that shit, that shit get on you. You don't think that's toxic?
I do. Okay, so I changed my mind. I'm with JD.
Yeah.
When you put it that way, it's absolutely
that
what
shit
it is.
spew on you though.
Energy is real.
If I always come to you and you come to me and you saying, "Oh, it's a good day, everything is awesome," and this, that, and the third, but I'm coming to you at the same time and I'm like, man, the day ain't really that good.
Right.
The sun really ain't that it's not
sun
that bright.
Ain't that bright.
Shit ain't really moving how it's supposed to move.
Yeah, I probably would be like, damn, you negative
but exactly. But at the same time, while I'm doing that, you looking at me, I'm negative as fuck. But you'll sit up there and you came with an optimistic point of view, but then you might look at it like, damn, you know what? Damn, the sun really ain't as bright as I thought it was.
Right.
Shit really ain't clicking like I thought it was clicking for me.
Yeah.
Because all of the shit that I thought was going good for me, this motherfucker cutting me down. And it's been a lot of people in certain situations and or relationships where they be like, they come in at positive. But you have a woman that is optimistic. She can believe in a man. But the man so beat down and broken that he taking her down with him.
He don't believe in himself.
You know what I'm saying? So and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. Like
and then at what point do you not hang on to them kind of people anymore?
Oh shit.
That's
a different conversation.
That's a different conversation. How do you
break? My phone.
How do you, especially when you've been around or our friends got a long relationship with someone. How do you really just be like, fuck that? Like, this ain't for me.
Yeah. I think a lot of that has to do literally with the amount of how much you love yourself. And a lot of people don't love themselves that deeply.
That's true.
That is very like.
Y'all don't know
I'm just learning.
I haven't always.
I haven't either. I'm learning to love myself more. I'm learning to know, my boundaries and understand that. Yeah. I don't need every.
You're welcome.
Because in the beginning I was. I was like that. Yeah. I need people. I
tried to harvest her growth.
Yeah.
I put water on her and I planted her and all of this shit.
And I do listen to a lot that classes. Yeah. As far as in certain things when it comes to like phones and stuff like that. Because in the beginning I was like, I'm checking phones.
Oh, no.
I'm looking at phones. I don't care about nothing nobody's talking about. If you're in a relationship
So,
with me,
because you're a detective
your phone
and
here.
being weird and shit.
You know, but that wasn't. Is it toxic?
Yeah, you toxic.
That wasn't toxic.
That's a little toxic, friend.
I was telling my mother check it.
That's a little toxic.
She toxic. Derenda on the fence about being toxic. And I'm trying to grow from being toxic. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a pause for the cause. We are going to take a pause for the cause. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to allow you to talk about your toxic nature. We're going to allow Derenda to have her cool hats and her sweaters and get it together. And I'm going to figure out life. But we thank y'all so much for tuning in to Wine Talk. And give us just a minute. We'll be right back after this.
So we're back from the break. I believe that I'm not toxic.
As the fuck.
I believe I'm learning. I'm learning how
to
better myself to be, not so negative when it comes to certain things.
Yeah.
And one thing about that is me not being around negative people and toxic people.
Right.
And I'm starting to see that obviously I'm a toxic person too.
That part.
But, that's just what I've learned. And I'm learning, and I just wanted to know what people do around people that are toxic and negative. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's all the time.
Derenda toxic as fuck.
I'm going to speak I try not to be. I'm going to speak from the standpoint of loving yourself. Because like I said, a lot of people don't love themselves. And there's like a spectrum of it, and I've been at the way left end where I completely didn't love myself at all, and then there's moments where I'm like on top of the mountain and I think I'm the shit, and then there's also still areas of my life that I still struggle with, like insecurities, and that in and of itself can come with its own problems. Does it necessarily make me toxic? In some situations it could, in other situations maybe not. I will say that I have done the work. I've put in the work. I still put in the work to try to be better with my communication, better with my relationships, better with my understanding of other people. Yeah. Does that mean I'm perfect? Absolutely not. Does it mean I'm trying? Yes, it does. So the more people learn to love themselves, the more they can establish their boundaries and define what is acceptable to them and what is not, and what they will allow in their life and what they won't. Right. And where they will draw that line with the people they find toxic to them. And for my definition of that, if you're not helping me become better in some way, form, or fashion of my life, and every time I'm around you, you constantly make me second guess myself or feel bad about myself or make me not like myself, then you are toxic for me, and I don't need you to be in my life. And that's where I draw that boundary. Because I'm working on loving myself and loving myself wholly. And if you're not feeding into that because you're making me question my worth or my value or anything of that matter, then no, you were cut off because you were bringing me backwards and not helping me move forward.
Ah, that was it? Ah, my fault. Shit, she was going on a soliloquy. That was Stephen A. It's way over there. Yeah. But everything you said is correct to a certain extent. Yeah. I can't knock you for nothing you said.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way Derenda put it. That's why I asked her to be on the show as well. But
for real.
Yeah. So in all, we just gonna stop trying to deal with toxic people.
You'll never ask me to be on here.
Yeah. And we are glad that y'all actually are continuing to watch us. We hope that we're actually helping people, whether it's in a funny sense or whatever. But I love myself. Yeah. I love y'all.
You getting there.
I'm getting there.
You getting there. You getting there.
And
you getting there. We've been having. Hold on. Let me say this. I've been having a struggle with this child. I've been trying to lift her up and keep her binded up in the name of Jesus. But this child here, I'm working on this child.
We're all a work in progress, though.
Nah, this child here is my problem child.
Well, y'all know where to find me.
Nah, fuck that shit,
Duck. Manifesting Millions on all social media platforms. This is my co-host.
That's talking about me. I'm JD Hill on Facebook, D_solution285. Fuck them folks. Don't let them people take you into nothing that you don't want to be involved in. Fuck, and I'm on my Barry White shit.
Didn't he go Barry White?
Not Barry White. Hey y'all, I am the guest of today, and I'm Derenda Alexander, which is where you can find me on Facebook. All of the social media platforms, you can find me at Oriana_Derenda.
Take that out.
Love yourselves. Bye.
Bye.
All right, man.